Hey folks, I'm back at the dodo again. I've had a lot of people come up to me in the community and tell me that they like the dodo series, working on the old clunker. Anyways, so I was up and I got some tires, and Sussex Tire mounted and installed them and balanced them for me. So I got some new Firestone Transforce AT2s. They also took and put some bent valve stem on here to bring this one back out, and then I can't remember where I put the other. Oh, the other one's down in through there, because they're always a bit of a pain to get to the valve stems on these dualies. So I might end up still maybe extending that valve stem, the lower one, for the inner wheel. But anyways, and so get underneath the truck also, and so I got some new shocks in rear and front, and started to take this one off when I discovered that the upper stem, or the upper stud, was broke off. And it's the type that has like a captivated stud. So anyways, and then the one on this side, I did get the lower part, the nut off of it, and I got it out of the housing. This is a shock right there, and the upper part, it's seized on up there. So anyways, not gonna stress about that. Oh, I see a screwdriver that I'm gonna have to get underneath and get, that I forgot under there. What in the world do I have down my boot? Oh, that's interesting. That felt nice in my boot. Oh, I wonder where the heck I got that from. Anyways, so long story short, short story long. To make a long story longer, as a good friend of mine would say, I'm just going to see if this old rig will start up, and I'm going to drive it up to our house, and then I'm going to clean out a spot in the garage and see if I can get it in there. So yeah, there's 2 rear shocks and 2 front shocks, and this one shock that I got out, and these are some seals that I just picked up for the wheel seals for when I do the brake work on the rear wheels. So this old shock it is no good for sure. It's toast. And basically what's happening is that in this this inner metal sleeve has rusted on to the stud on the top side, on the passenger side. So anyways, I have a car hoist in my garage. I have another 85 Chevy Shorty sitting up on it right now, but I think I'm going to try to roll that out of the garage and then try to get this old girl up on the hoist, hopefully. But even if I don't get her on the hoist, it would still be better just to get her what do we got here? It'd be better to just get her up to the house. All right, well, there's the starters at least trying, so that's a good sign. So, oh, I shouldn't have said anything. Oh, really? I just charged that battery, I thought. Unless I didn't. Well, she is dead as a nit here, so. And look at that, I'm going 40 kilometers an hour. No, this is RPM. Sorry, I'm going 4,000 RPM. I'm still going 0 kilometers an hour. Well, just like that, the dodo strikes again. So I'll be hooking some booster cables to it, and we'll see what that does. We'll try this again. I think I'm going to be working on this truck a lot. It is not what I ever wanted to do. But, oh, look at this down here. That is a weasel. Huh, I've only seen a handful of those in the wild. Anyways, yeah, working on this old truck was not what I had a lifelong, and oh, there goes the weasel again. He's a chicken killer, that guy. So if he gets up anywhere near the farm, Titus will have him. But they are supposed to be good for, like, they'll hunt rats and stuff too, so that's crazy. I have only seen a handful of them. Look, he is a fast little devil. Anyways, yeah, I didn't have any big aspirations to go working on vehicles again, but this is just the reality of what we need to do to keep running our farm, because we can't afford a $130,000 truck, and that's what the equivalent of this truck would be. So we just can't afford that. I mean, if we were to do that, we would just sell the cows, just sell everything. So I mean, we're hoping that this will allow us to, you know, even if it's more work for me to work on the darn thing, if I can keep it running up and down the road with the sweat of my own brow, and, you know, some relatively cheap and relatively easy to come by and relatively easy to work on, you know, parts, then I think that's what we have to do. And we have to try to not let this truck, we have to take it from where it's at now, get it back to a very good mechanical condition, and then really start like fixing up and improving it to the point of like, you know, having you know, maybe do a paint job on it, you know, try to really treat it like the tool that it is and treat it well, and then invest a certain amount into it every year, and then just keep up on the labor of doing the work. So, I mean, that's kind of our rationale. And I say ours, Jill has kind of, she just kind of let me make the call on this one. She, you know, we talked about it a bit, but really she knows I'm the guy that works on the truck, whether it's a new one or an old one. She knows that, you know, we both know that a new one is not an option. So it really come down to whether we got something like in the, you know, early 2000 range, or go way back in time and get one like this one, the 81. And that's kind of where the decision came. So anyway, so follow along. I'm going to try to keep documenting as I do the upgrades. I don't claim to be a mechanic. I did used to work on vehicles. I did that when I was younger. I always liked these old square bodies. And like I said, I do have another square body in the garage. But you know, years ago, I kind of got away from fixing vehicles, and you know, I will say I'm probably begrudgingly coming back to it, but I think it's the better plan. All right, I'm gonna get some jumper cables on this old girl and see if she'll fire up. See ya.